White House leaker announced Donald Trump exposes traitor on live TV. As President Trump moves forward with his agenda to repeal Obamacare, secure the borders, eliminate illegal immigration alongside many other issues, he also has to deal with protesters bent on disrupting and undermining every part of his plan. An unholy alliance exists between the liberal news media and protest groups that suddenly sprang up in opposition to Donald Trump's presidential election victory. To see a fairly well-organized group of individuals protest on the streets of Washington, as well as in town hall meetings with their elected representatives, means that there is someone behind the scenes rallying the troops, if you will. There has been some speculation by President Trump that former President Obama may be helping to organize many of those protests. Not only that, there is consideration for the fact that Obama has been relying on information leaked by informants within the new Trump administration who have not been released yet and are still loyal to the Obama regime via Zero Hedge. In an interview with Fox and Friends that aired earlier Tuesday morning, President Trump blamed former President Obama for protests against him and other Republicans, as well as possibly, quote, some of the leaks from the White House. I think President Trump, Obama's behind it because his people are certainly behind it. Trump was asked if he believed Obama was responsible for the town hall protests against Republicans this month. It turns out his organization seems to do a lot of these organizing to some of the protests, and these Republicans are seeing around the country against you. Do you believe President Obama is behind it? And if he is that a violation of the so-called unsaid President's Code? Trump was asked. No, I don't think he is behind it because his people are certainly behind it. I also think it is politics. That's the way it is, Trump replied. Trump discussed the leaks that have disrupted his first month in office. You never know what's exactly happening behind the scenes. We'll take a quick listen. If Obama's people are behind the leaks, that is a high crime called sedition and should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The fact that the mainstream news media is at best ambivalent about it and at worst downright condescending towards Trump speak volumes to the attitude of rebelliousness and lawlessness that is sweeping across this country among radical liberals. Their protests aren't just protests anymore. They're taking it into the realm of criminality and justifying it with their hatred of Trump. So let's just take a quick listen here.
Can we talk about President Obama? You said you personally get along with him. You guys were going at each other for 3 or 4, maybe 8 years. It turns out his organization seems to be doing a lot of the organizing to some of the protests that a lot of these Republicans are seeing around the country and against you. Right. Do you believe President Obama is behind it? And if he is that a violation of the so-called unsaid President's Code?
No, I think he is behind it. I also think it's politics. That's the way it is. And look, I have
Bush wasn't going after Clinton. Clinton was going after Bush.
Well, you never know what's exactly happening behind the scenes. You know, you're probably right or possibly right, but you never know. No, I think that President Obama is behind it because his people are certainly behind it. And some of the leaks possibly come from that group, you know, some of the leaks, which are really very serious leaks because they're very bad in terms of national security. But I also understand that's politics, and in terms of him being behind things, that's politics, and it will probably continue.
Interesting to hear President Trump basically blaming kind of Obama holdovers for some leaks, which, you know, have come, I guess he's talking about leaks which aren't coming from the White House, which there are some of those.
Yeah, I mean, the hidden hand of Obama, and I imagine we'll hear this theory for a while in terms of blaming leaks out of the intelligence community. I mean, in some ways, it borders on paranoia.
Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. It borders on paranoia. We all know the truth. He has his war room set up right in Washington, and they say even Hillary resist and resist and resist, and you got Maxine Waters screaming to the high heavens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and again, thank you so much for watching.